One, two, three, four.
Welcome back to Me versus Myself podcast. It is your host with the most, Jesus Guillen, trying a bit of a new shot today. Was kind of getting not tired, but I felt like it looked a little bit more less. It looked a little awkward, and I got a new poster, as you can see. So I wanted to show that off in more detail today. I kind of just slammed two Smirnoffs, so slightly, a little out of it, but yeah, man. Today's been a weird fucking day, to be honest. First off, if you're new, please, and if you're returning, please obviously like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel get pushed out to more people. But yeah, nonetheless, today's been a weird fucking day because I felt very very like kind of stuck, kind of meh, you know, and uh I don't really know why. I have a couple of ideas as to why, maybe I am feeling a little weird. So, let's see. I got up this morning at like 7ish. I think it was 7. I woke up at 7 today. And then I was on my phone for a bit. And well, like the past couple of days I had kind of had not been using my phone in the morning. But when I was on my phone in the morning, I was going through my like spam, like my Instagram, um what do you call it? Story archives. And I saw a lot of cute things, cool things, like interesting posts I've had. But I saw a lot of like my ex girlfriend. And I think maybe that's kind of triggered a couple of things. Because obviously, here we are again talking about this. But yeah, dude, it was kind of not sad. Because to be honest, it doesn't make me sad anymore. It just kind of. It triggers some sort of like. I don't know how to explain it. Because it's like, well, I know that we don't work out, and it wouldn't have worked out, and it had to work out the way that it did. But then there's like a part of me that, not necessarily, I guess you can say misses her. Um, it's more of like there's still like a piece missing, like of like myself. But even then, like it's only been a year and some change that we broke up. But I don't know, dude. I felt weird all fucking day. It is currently 12:37. It's still fairly early. Today's felt very, very long though. I don't know why. And I feel kind of strange, I don't feel like I am at my best right now. As far as like optimally or mood wise, but regardless, we've got to film. Yesterday I filmed the podcast with my older brother Ignacio in his room for his podcast he's been trying to do for a while. I had him like fucking record. Like it was when I just kind of impulsively was like, hey, like let's film, and all right, let's set it up, and then we figured out how to do it, and we figured out how to do guest podcasts through doing that. So Loki, he was kind of the guinea pig of how I'm supposed to do guest podcasts because the way we set up the audio, it was perfect for how I've been. But it's literally been the missing component because more about that audio interface I was talking about. I've been talking for like 2 weeks about. We bought it used, and it needs a certain power supply cable. And well, we have certain power supply cables of that same kind of voltage and stuff, but on the manual it says use factory outlet only. And yeah, so there's kind of a dilemma there, but the Go mixer is pretty fucking cracked, man. We've been using that since the beginning. But yeah, I filmed the podcast with him for his podcast he's been trying to do for a while, and he has a couple. I think he has like 2 episodes. I'm pretty sure they're published. I think there's 2 that are published. It's called Ignacio Talks. But yeah. Back to my day or my week or just in general. Let's catch up, right? Let's catch up. It's kind of been a minute. I feel like can't even remember the last time I filmed. It was probably Monday because that's usually when I film, but I don't remember. Oh, it was no complaints, right? And I still have no complaints. I literally have nothing to complain about. But today just kind of feels shitty, you know. But okay, Monday. Honestly, last week was pretty uneventful except for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Because Friday evening, Ignacio, my mom, Adrian, and I went on a road trip to San Jose, California. So, like, we went up like 5 hours, almost 6 hours up north. And that was very fun, very refreshing, very, very, like, cleansing. Every time I go see my family, I feel so, like, calm and cleansed. And shout out my dad, he's calling me right now, and I can't really stop the podcast to film, but let me reply to him again. I fucked up the video recording, man. Okay, 6:37. 6:34 is when I fucking went back. I forgot to put my phone on airplane mode, so that's why the call came in. But yeah, we went on a road trip because it was my cousin Jasmine's 15th birthday, and you know how Mexicans throw a big ass quinceañera party, and it's a whole, it's a whole event. And yeah, I had a few drinks. I was feeling good. But to be honest, right now, as I was finishing this last Smirnoff, I was like, dude, I don't really need this either. I don't need this. Like, I don't want, not, I didn't feel guilty necessarily, but I felt kind of like, why am I drinking this, Like, for what? And I guess it feels cool, but it really doesn't, I feel very, like, out of it now. So, anyways, back to Saturday. Had a few drinks and saw my family, and it's always very like cleansing, and it's always very nice to like, you know, um, it's always very nice to be with my family. But yeah, then Sunday evening, we also came back home. Got home around like 7ish, 7 p.m. And yeah, that was the weekend. Dude, I kind of should have not have drank that because now I literally just feel fucking out of it. And oh man. Back to the questions we have though. We got some pretty good ones. I just drew on myself. We got a couple of good questions today. Shout out to everyone that posted a question in the Instagram story I posted. What's your experience on what was your experience on taking a tolerance break from weed? So, for those who don't know, 100 days is almost done. From June 1st to today, it's been like 90 days, I think. So, we're fucking right at the finish line. But my experience taking the tolerance break, it's been very, very nice. It's been very cool to not depend on anything exterior. Although, like I said, I've probably consumed more alcohol and more caffeine in the past 190 days than ever. And well, since I couldn't take my usual vice of choice, turn to other things that can make me feel some sort of other thing, I guess. But I'm not super happy with those things, or I'm not super happy with, you know, um, turning to those things because I really don't need it, and it's not like it's good for me. I've developed a little bit of a caffeine dependency, and I've noticed it because I've literally had two coffees for like the past 3 days or 2 days, and probably in had I had a coffee. I've had a coffee at least 3 days in a row since Friday too. I had 4 days in a row. Okay, Friday. Let's think. Thursday, did I have a coffee? I don't think I had a coffee Thursday. But yeah, dude, I've just been drinking a lot of coffee lately. And I don't need it also, bro, but I guess with these tolerance breaks, you give yourself a chance to go ahead and clear yourself from sort of having to chase this sort of substance. With weed, with me, I felt I was very dependent on it, and I was abusing it more than using it for recreation or pleasure. I was strictly kind of abusing it, and when I gave myself a break, I decided to take a break. It was very, very nice to step out of that normal loop I had been in for so long, and really go ahead and let myself just live and sit with my thoughts for whatever amount of time period. Um, do I recommend it? I think everyone should take a tolerance break, and maybe 100 days might seem like a lot to someone who's constantly using, but start small, dude, and start off with a month. I started off with a month 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I did a month off, Sober October, with Joe Rogan and Bert Kreischer and Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura. What's the fucking other guy's name? Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer, Ari Shafir, and Joe Rogan. Duh. So I did a month off then one time, and then the next year I did 75 days off, like period, like a strategic 75-day break. And today this year I did 100 days because like I said, you don't have to go ahead and take 100 days right away. That might seem overwhelming, but taking a month off, even a week, is good. If you're in that cycle of using it every day. But yeah, I think it helps you reset your kind of your reward neurons or whatever it's called. When you kind of take yourself out of a certain when you stop yourself from doing some sort of activity that may be getting in the way of other things. And well, to be honest, I haven't really been more productive since dropping weed, but it has helped with clarity for sure. And as the 100 days come to an end, I do look forward to consuming some weed and some THC, but not at the level that I was back then. I don't really like that version of me so much. So it would kind of be dumb for me to let myself get back into that, because I know that doesn't serve me so well. But here and there, I would still like to consume, instead of drinking, instead of other fucking things, some bud. That never hurt anybody, but yeah. Some weed, I think definitely a tolerance break is good for those of you or anyone. A tolerance break from anything might be good, from something that you might constantly do on the daily. Next question we've got: how to stay positive when you go through change. When you go through change, shit is becoming better. Maybe sometimes change might hurt, it might be scary, it might feel like it's a step in the backward, but staying positive during that comes from knowing that this is part of the journey you cannot control, But if you keep kind of faith, if you believe in, you know, an end goal you're gonna reach, there is faith in that, and there's faith to know that, like, as things change, you kind of have faith that it's all part of the plan and it's all supposed to happen this way. So I think that's one way you can keep positive from change. Next question is, would you leave the country right now and move somewhere else? I would. I would love to live in Mexico for a month or two. And I think I will before I turn 21. And even if it's when I'm 21, I go. I do want to live there for 2 months and just kind of escape my normal. Like I said, same thing with the tolerance break. Like an environment change could bring so much growth and so much uncomfortableness that will result in a bunch of growth. So yeah, I would love to leave the country, especially with the whole. I don't want to get super political because I don't I could care fucking less, but a lot of the mask mandate shit and a lot of the vaccine mandate bullshit, like, like, let the people do whatever the fuck they want to do, and if they get sick, they get sick, and if they don't get sick, they don't get sick, and if you take care of yourself, take care of yourself, and if you don't want to take care of yourself, don't take care of yourself, because people have the option to do whatever the fuck they want to do. So why would I want the government telling people to do this or that? And if you don't do this, you can't work, or you can't go to the park, or you can't go to the fucking movie theater. Because there's a lot of other, it's just a whole rabbit hole you can go down, to be honest. But, like, that fucking shot is not going to save you. And it might lessen the chances of you, getting sick, or if you are sick from, actually experiencing a lot of other symptoms that people get, or worse symptoms. A lot of it comes down to, how you've treated your body in the past, how you've treated and how you've took care of yourself in the past. So if you have underlying conditions that may be triggered by, this sort of thing, go ahead and get the shot. But for someone who, is willing to take their chances and let their immune system do what it's fucking made to do, why would we exclude them from any sort of gathering or event? And yes, people, I mean, if you have the shot, like, why are you tripping about what someone else doesn't have it? Like, it is what it is, So technically the shot's supposed to protect you. So if you're protected, why are you tripping? But also then you can still give it to someone else even though you have the shot. So it's not really anything different than not having it. So it's more of a it's more of a, not a cure necessarily, but it's more of a treatment. So whatever. So yeah, we're getting the fuck out of Mexico. We're going to Mexico hopefully for the next year. We're living there for a month for sure. What was it like sharing a room with your older brother for 14 years? Was it really 14 years? Fuck. Dang, dude. Shout out Ignacio, man. We lived in the smallest place growing up. We lived in like literally like a little box. And we shared rooms. It was really cool. I think it was a very cool experience. It was a very, like, nice, humble upbringing. Although, as we got older, I remember when he had his girlfriend, I had to fucking be in the living room the whole time while he FaceTimed his girlfriend in middle school. I would be in the living room and shit trying to go to sleep, but I couldn't go to sleep because my bed was fucking occupied by my boy talking to his girlfriend. So I couldn't fucking go in there. And even when we moved to our uncle's house, the same shit happened where he would be on FaceTime and I had to be outside because, well, I was not going to be in there while he's FaceTiming his girlfriend, It's kind of weird. But regardless of that, it was pretty good. It was pretty cool. It was a cool experience, and that's crazy because when you really think about it, we've probably spent the most time, like out of all the people in the world right now, we've probably spent the most time together, as far as like, yeah, like compared to every other human being in the world, me and you have probably spent I've probably spent the most time with you than compared to anyone else in the world, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I think that's pretty dope. Biggest goal in life. My biggest goal in life is to keep doing things my way. That's my biggest goal. I hope that when I'm old and fucking dying, I can be, I can have a smirk on my face because it's like I did everything the way I wanted to do it. And whether I get to the success I think I'm about to get, if I just kept doing things my own way, I would be very happy with that. I think that there's a lot to that. There's a lot to you know, doing things the way you want to do them because you see a certain path or certain future for yourself. So yeah, I hope I get where I'm gonna get to. And well, I mean, I know I'm gonna get to where I'm gonna get to strictly by doing things my way. So, dude, I'm fucking like ready to go to sleep, dude. Holy fuck. I'm feeling like slumped. But okay, hang on. What's something you want to do before the year ends? Something I want to do before the year ends. Huh. I want to be making more profit from my business. So before the year ends, I want to be making some profit before the year ends, so that when the next year starts, I'll have a good system in place to now try to maximize and you know scale. So by the end of the year, I'll be making some sort of profit from my agency. Man, life is fucking crazy, man. I'm so thankful and grateful for this experience. It's so crazy to know that you guys listen to me. Like, it really is. I don't know who listens to me. I mean, I don't even have an idea anymore recently. But yeah, I don't know who listens to me anymore. But it's crazy how, here I am every week showing up speaking to a about 10 people, probably 14, 15 people on a consistent basis. It's usually like 10. Here I am listening. Here I am talking to those people. And I don't know what you guys do when you guys listen to this, and I don't know what you get from this necessarily, but I think it's fucking cool. I think it's really cool that you listen to me, you watch me, you care about me, and that you include me in your guys' day, because I do this for myself, but it's very cool to know that 10 people at least watch this and listen to this, and eventually it'll be thousands and then millions, which is kind of cool, dude. I think it's fucking cool to know that one day. And I mean, there already is. Like, I checked the analytics, and it says some people from like other countries and shit listen to this. And I don't know how the fuck you came across this podcast. If you live somewhere else and you don't live near me or know me or ever met me before. But I think that's fucking insane how we're able to do that and how we're able to connect and communicate. Although we might not ever even meet, we might not ever even get the chance to go ahead and shake hands one day. But today's been kind of a short episode. Kind of should have not drank those 2 Smirnoffs. Cause look what happens. But yeah, dude, 100 days is almost done. Well, that's until next week or some shit like that. 2 more weeks. But dude, it's fucking crazy. I believe the 9th will be on a Wednesday or Thursday. I think it's on a Thursday. And I don't plan on chiefing up that same Thursday. But I am very curious to see how the high is. But I don't know, dude. I sometimes think about how I don't really want to let the genie out of the bottle. Because I don't think I'm missing that much. But sometimes I do want to just chief. And I don't know. Like times like today. Like I don't really ever use it to like escape or anything. And I think at a point I did. When I first started using it. But like I said, I don't know. I haven't used it in a long time. I haven't really needed it, and I still don't really need it. I don't really need it. But I don't know, dude. I don't really know if I want to let the genie out of the bottle. Because maybe it would help, you know. Sometimes I think maybe it would help me. Maybe it will give me some sort of like it helped me in some sort of way, you know. But I guess only time will tell. It's up to me when I do it. And if I did do it, I wonder, or I don't really want to be judging myself super hard. But I think that's what would probably happen, you know? I think it would help in some aspects of my life. But also moving forward, I plan on being more sober than high half the time, or at least more than half the time. I plan on being sober more often than being high. So, yeah, no, I don't know. But this is another short episode. I kind of need to fucking pee right now. And I'm like fucking falling asleep, dude. So, man, don't fucking drink Smirnoff Sisters. You don't need to anymore. I don't. I really don't. Don't depend on caffeine so much because it doesn't really help that much. Doesn't really do much. It's more of the sugar, I think, in the fucking mocha fraps that I get that I want, I crave. Life is crazy, though. Life is indeed a roller coaster and indeed a ride. And it's crazy how much we can do. But yeah, man, thanks so much for letting me check in with you on this kind of weird day. Not gonna lie. I do feel still kind of weird, but this has been very helpful to me. This whole concept and this whole podcast thing has helped me so fucking much. I can't even imagine myself without doing this, which is really cool. But thank you so much for listening, and I'm sorry that I was kind of like out of it. And I have been a little out of it. This past couple episodes have been a little bit shorter, but I don't have much to say anymore other than I had a great weekend. I had a great last week. And moving forward, I'm feeling great, and I'm going to continue doing great things. So stay tuned. I've got a lot planned. My bone's healing real well. I have a checkup September 19th. So hopefully soon we'll be able to know if I can train again, because that's a huge thing missing from my life for sure. But sorry, I'm looking at the